Hey, what's up guys? This is my second video, and in this video I'm going to talk about how I ran a 105k ultramarathon with barely any training. Let's get into it. The race was a 105 kilometer ultra marathon trail run over 4 major mountains with 4,000 meter elevation. There were smaller mountains in between, but the big ones, they took the longest time. It was around a sort of a circuit around a lake, and then there was an extra circuit. They called it the Circuit of Doom, of Despair or something. I didn't really like it, so I just gave it a positive name. After running through the night and through the day, we finally get over the finish line, and I will show you some photos in this video. We got this amazing hat. The trophy they gave me, they knew that walking with a medal over the street is a little bit weird, but when you got a hat, it's totally fine. I trained to do a marathon, build myself up with once, twice a week running, from being able to run like 10Ks or 5Ks to like 30. After the marathon, I ran a 50K and a 14K. The 50K was necessary to qualify for the 105. They wanted to know if we were able to do so. A week before running the 105, my shin started playing up, and I thought I wasn't able to run. To be honest, I thought there was like a fracture or something going on because walking was painful, but I just put it out of my mind, gave my body rest. I still trained jiu-jitsu, but went a little bit slow with sparring and rolling. The race itself was interesting. What's up guys, good morning. We're here at the start line of the Scenic Rim Ultra Marathon, and we're going in a few minutes. It's gonna get super cool. Sandman, here we go. We're going with Jack Layden. The question I get a lot is, what is it like to run a long distance like that? And I would say it's the biggest game show you've ever been on, because you will get a question: why am I doing this? And the longer the run goes for, the better your answer needs to be. Because I've seen it, a lot of people have stopped running. We started with 17 people, and I think we finished in the end with 11. So quite a few stopped running. It took us 24 and a half hours. We were pushing for 18, but that was not gonna happen. To bear in mind, we had never ran in the mountains before, and this was a trail run with 4,000 meter elevation, so it was quite a new type of experience. The 50K we did was on a flat surface, straight. This was all hills and mountains. I learned one big lesson from running this race. The big lesson I learned from running this race is I had a lot of thoughts while running. And most of them were just fun thoughts, but some would come up and they would not be super beneficial to me completing my run. Like, ooh, I could have hit my ankle in that hole, or ooh, I still have to run 80 kilometers. We're only 6 hours in, we still need 12 hours to go. Those thoughts would come up once in a while, and the way I found to handle these thoughts, plus the question of why am I doing this, I just shushed it away like as hard as I can. I shushed it so hard away, those thoughts. It's actually pretty funny because Jack, he would ask me like, why are you making that sound all the time? And I responded with, it's all the bad thoughts that are coming up every time. I realized that by getting rid of the thoughts that weren't helping me with moving forward, checkpoint to checkpoint, the main thing for me was just, okay, we're at checkpoint 3 now, we've ran 30Ks, we have to run 70, or that wasn't on my mind. The only thing that was on my mind is from 3 to 4. I was thinking about 3 to 4, next checkpoint. And anytime anything else would come up in my mind, I was just like, shh, no, not happening. I say I didn't train physically for this race, but for the last year or so I've been doing concentration exercises every morning to focus on one thing for 15 minutes. And every time I would get a thought or whatever, I would just bring my focus back. I think by doing that focus exercise, I've been able to get my mind to a certain point where I could see, oh, this is helping me to get to the finish line. And these thoughts are just detrimental to talking yourself out of, I cannot do it, I still have to go 18 hours, it's too much. I think by having this realization from this race, I can put this in other parts of my life as well. There are so many instances where I thought like, ooh, that's very big. I now know that I can push it away. It's not beneficial for me to think all those negative thoughts. For the next video, I'm going to start a series where I talk about my journey, what I've been doing this year in 2023. Where I explain my foundation building, or how I call it foundation building. I call it FAM, Foundation of Achieving Millions. But yeah, it's a quick rundown of what I think is necessary for habits, thinking patterns, and ways of living, and what you need to be able to do certain things that are hard and are necessary to be done to get where you want to go. What I think it's something that can use for anything. Like for most things, I know that I need to build a foundation before I can go to the next step, because otherwise you're just rushing. And that's where but I will not go into it right now. So watch the series, it will come out soon, and I will just cut it down per video, everything that I'm doing, and a little bit of an overview about it. So yeah, super excited about that. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about the marathon, please leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. If you want to follow along on my journey of everything that I'm doing, then subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.